Now that we know how to choose the correct formulas, let's look at a few examples where we're solving for the missing sides. In this example, let's pretend, as we said, that we're standing in this corner here, right here, and we are looking across into this park, and this would be our opposite side over here, and this would be our adjacent side. So if we have opposite and adjacent, we would want to choose the Torah formula. And when we write it out, it looks like this. Now we're going to take our numbers from the triangle and plug them into this formula. So our theta is going to be 35. Our opposite we said was x, and our adjacent we said was 7. Let's see what it looks like. Tan 35 equals x over 7. Notice that the x is on top when we plug everything in, and so that's why I call these kind of questions finding sides where x is on top. Sometimes x ends up being on the bottom, but those questions are a little bit harder, and we're going to save them for later on. So now we're going to cross multiply like this. Let's pretend that tan 35 is just over a 1 here. So we're going to do x times 1 is equal to 7 times tan 35. Let's see what that looks like. So we've got this, and now all you have to do is plug that into your calculator. So 7 times tan 35. See if you can get 4.9. So we just found the length of this side, 4.9. Let's try another example. Let's have a look at this one. If we were standing here in this corner and looking across this park, this would be our opposite side, and this would be our hypotenuse side. So if we have opposite and hypotenuse, that means we're going to use the sole formula, this one here, which is written out like this. And now we're going to look at our triangle and pick out some pieces that we need. Our theta is 38 from here. Our opposite we said was our x, and our hypotenuse we said is 12. Let's plug those things in, and so it looks something like this. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to be consistent. Notice that x is still on top. We're going to start with that. Cross multiply. X times 1 is 12 times 38. Notice I'm multiplying from the right hand side over. Always start with this number here. So it'll look like this. 12 times sine 38. So go ahead and put that in your calculator, and hopefully you can get 7.4. We just found the length of this side, and that's 7.4. Let's go ahead and do one more example. The last one. Let's pretend that we're standing here, and we're looking out across the park. There's nothing here. So this side will be our adjacent, and we have something there. This side is our hypotenuse, and we have something here. So we have an adjacent side and a hypotenuse. Adjacent and hypotenuse means that we're going to use our CAF formula, and it looks like this written out. So let's pick our pieces, what we're going to plug in. Our theta is 21. Our adjacent is our x, and our hypotenuse we said was 100. So let's plug those numbers in, and we get something that looks like this. Again, it's the same thing. The x is on the top. We start with that. We're going to cross multiply, and then we're going to go 100 times cos 21. So always starting from the right hand side. So it looks something like this. And now simply go ahead and plug that in your calculator. 100 times cos 21. And you don't even need to put the times in. Most calculators can handle just doing 100 cos 21. So why don't you try it that way this time and see if you can get 93.4. So the length of this side across the bottom here is 93.4. And that's all there is to it.